Hello friends, I'm a guy of 49 years of age. I consider myself guy because yes, even though age has caught up, but from heart really, I'm very young. And along with this, I'm a stammerer. I have been stammering since the time I remember. In this video, actually, I'm not showing my my face clearly because I'm a bit camera shy. It's not that I'm ashamed of being a stammerer. I accept that I used to stammer, but I'm camera shy. So, and this might be my first video which I may upload on YouTube. So here I'm going to discuss my journey of last say around 45 years because my memories goes back when I was in first standard. Maybe I was around 4 to 5 years of age, and I don't remember that I was stammering at that time. So I'll recollect my journey of last 45 years. So I remember in my school days I was one of the child who was very much energetic, engaging, and I was making my presence felt in the class. But that I think changed not overnight but slowly. When I was in first standard, I had to undergo tonsillitis operation. During this tonsillitis operation, I have faint memories that I was taken into OT, and then the next morning when I woke up, I went for food. So I was told that I'll not be provided food. I should go and take the cold milk. So being such a young child, maybe I was around 4 to 5 years of age, I was very happy because I was getting lots of ice cream, then cold milk, and till then I don't remember that I had got any speech issues. Then slowly I think it creeped up. I don't remember exactly from when, but yes, I can make out that was definitely after this tonsillitis operation. So as I grew, I was a child who had lots of questions, and whose childhood had been moving in city and village, seeing many different kind of cultures because my schooling I started somewhere in Uttarakhand, that is Dehradun. Then I moved to my village. In village I had education for around 2 to 3 years. Then again I moved to Uttarakhand. Not Uttarakhand. Then I moved to Srinagar. In Srinagar I had education of around a year. I think that was fifth standard. Then I moved to hostel. I had hostel life from 6 to 12, and that was the time when really I felt that I had got speech issues. In my introduction in hostel, not hostel, in school, rather I'll say in school, in assembly, I was called to introduce myself. When I went on the stage, I don't remember what I told, and just I went there and said few things. How I said I don't remember, what I spoke I don't remember, but when I came down I felt very much relieved, as if a big burden from my head has been removed. And being a student of Hindi medium, when I moved into that boarding school, there I had to move to English medium. So that was one of the main issues what I faced there. The language was an issue. Along with that, I was the guy who was coming first in my village school. So after going there, I was among the medium scorer because I remember my sixth My ranking among 67 students was 23rd. That still I remember. So that I think had added uh, in me the sense of insecurity, and that led to still higher stammering. There had been instances in the class where I wanted to say something, but I could not say, or I took long time to say, which led to the burst of laughter in the class. And but slowly, I think I was lucky to have a few friends who could encourage me, who encouraged me that my stammering should not hamper my growth. So I started picking up. First of all, my English improved. I started doing better in the studies. That helped me to participate in the extracurricular activities also, which included debate, declamation, dramatics, and sports as well. I was playing football, cricket, and slowly my confidence grew. In fact, 8th onwards I started doing well, so I remember that my stammering also started coming down, but still there were instances where I had to look for the alternative words, which still I do, because if I stuck up at some word, I must find some alternative for that words where I can speak that easily. So because of these issues, now also in personal interviews I'm facing issues, because I may have something in my brain. I might be trying to tell something, but comes out something else from my mouth, giving entirely different meaning, which has which would have led to my failure in interviews and all. Then there in my 10th standard, I was third ranked. I had done well. Then that had given me the confidence to do better. But I realized that maybe as my boarding was up to 12th, so I thought that maybe as I grew senior, the kind of support what I required from the teachers, from the school, that I was not getting. So I wanted to change the school, but it could not happen. So slowly I started doing the things at my own, but my 12th I could not do as well as I wanted to. Then I moved out of boarding school, went to college. In college also I was supremely confident, because all the admission process I had done myself. And there, in fact, my degree, I wanted to go for arts, because I felt that by having a degree I can pursue my dream, which at that time was to be a banker. But during my days, we had no other option but to pursue what the parents says. So my father wanted me to go for the science. So then I insisted to go for the biology, because that was my first love. But he thought that biology, BSc, that will not bring him fame. Yes, my father wanted fame from my qualification. So then I went for maths. Yes, maths also I was not so bad. I was doing well. So, but as the luck had some other ideas. When I was in the first year, my father had to retire because of the medical ground. And at that time, while doing my BSc, I was taking tuitions. That I'm talking about in 89. And 89, I was earning 1,500 by taking tuitions of class 10th and 12th. So, and I had a habit of attending the interviews and examinations, because I thought that way I can hone my skills, and that will help me to grow up in the confidence. See, and now again I have some stammer, so there are instances where I cannot control it. So in that process, I had qualified for a bank as a clerk, which I had not joined. Then I qualified for a central government organization as a Group 3 a technical employee. There also I was not interested, but I, being the eldest in my family, there were expectations from my parents which I had fulfilled, so finally I joined that organization. And once I joined the organization, so in my initial feeling was that I am more qualified, or rather my upbringing is superior than others, so I was not able to adjust in that atmosphere. I was not able to adjust into that atmosphere, and that I think that has played a major role in my career growth, because of the superiority complex. But this was helping me in other field, like I was not afraid to put my words in front of anyone, and I was participating in dramatics. In fact, once I bagged best female, I'll not call it female, best actress ever, best actor in female roles. Yes, that should be the right best actor in female role. And then once I was in job, I was married at a very young age. That was 21 years, 3 months precisely. I was not interested because I wanted to study, and I had taken admission in IGNOU BSc. I wanted to study, but my parents had a different view. Their financial conditions were not so good, so they thought that they can get me married, so that way they will be having two shots from by one bullet. One, that they can get some dowry which will improve their financial condition, and then they'll get somebody in the home who could help my mother in the kitchen. And I could not protest, so I accepted my fate. I got married. Then things started moving, and having the kind of schooling what I had, and then being in the group where I was in the lower strata, and the people whom I was considering inferior to me, they were doing rather they were ordering me for some jobs. So that was leading to the frustration, and ultimately that frustration was coming to house, spoiling the atmosphere of my house. And my friends from my boarding school, they were also part of that, because when we were talking, they were always encouraging that you can do this, you can do that, you have got capabilities, but I was not able to do. So it took time to accept that what I am. So I accepted it. But meanwhile, kids started growing. Meanwhile, I had 2 kids, and both the kids started growing. And wife, I was always expecting my wife to be smart. Smart, not beautiful. By smart, I don't mean beautiful, but yes, who can be smart, so that she can manage the things at her own. She can support me, but I got a wife who came from a very traditional upbringing, and I think I took some time to adjust with that as well. My kids started growing up, and they were doing well in their academics. And meanwhile, I got a promotion, and from Group 3, I got into Group 2 of the central government services. And then the things were going smoothly. Then I had my first promotion interview in my Group 2. So in that promotion interview, I guess that I had taken the things very lightly. Because of that, in interview I could not do as well as I would have done. Along with that, maybe as the committee had got changed, their terminologies I could not understand, because the terminologies what they were using, that was totally new to us. And then there I realized that I'm stammering more. Then I had to go for the alternative words, and because of that alternative words, I was not able to give my best. So I think my stammering started increasing from that point, and since then it is more or less almost stable. Sometimes it gets more, sometimes gets lesser, but I'm not happy with my speech right now. On this video, as you can see, that I'm not doing very badly. What I'm trying to tell, that I'm able to speak up, but this is because I'm alone. Once I'm with my superiors, it becomes very bad. In fact, when I'm with my wife, again it becomes bad. When I'm emotional, again it's bad. And this will be my first upload on the video, so I expect you guys to look into this, and please share your stories as well. And if you'd like to suggest anything, you are most welcome to suggest, because at this age, yes, now I'm 49, I want to improve. I want to be fluent. I want myself to be as good as others. Thank you, friends.